Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to have English integrated course of foreign language teaching, and our lesson will be in the English language. Our topic is effective lesson planning. So, effective teachers know the content. They understand the development of the student. They value the diversity of the students. They use multiple assessments to evaluate their progress. They create a suitable learning environment. Effective teachers adapt and modify instruction. They use effective communication. They collaborate with all members of the learning community. They engage in sustained professional growth experiences. So instructional planning and strategies are as follows. Plans are developed to provide students with meaningful learning experiences. Plans connect to related learning opportunities. Teaching is based on instructional strategies that focus on best practice and research. Teaching is supported by strategies that foster interest and progress. So if you follow this link, you can watch a useful video concerning our new topic. So general policy. Plans are a legal document, usually required weekly to the supervisor. So good planning keeps the teacher and students on track, achieves the objectives, helps teachers to avoid unpleasant surprises, provides the roadmap and visuals in a logical sequence, provides direction to a substitute, encourages reflection, refinement, and improvement, enhances student achievement. What about poor planning? Poor planning is frustration for the teacher and the student. It is aimless wandering, unmet objectives, no connections to prior learnings, disorganization, lack of needed materials, a waste of time and poor management. So, what does a good lesson include? It includes objectives, expected student behavior, warm-up and introduction, procedure, materials, for instance, worksheets, film, text, pictures, any available materials, presentation, practice, application, closure, and evaluation. The format of a lesson should go one step at a time. Okay, it would be more effective if you have a picture for every step, because most of the students are visual learners. As an effective lesson plan is a set of plans for building something. It constructs the learning. The greater the structure of a lesson and the more precise the directions on what is to be accomplished, the higher the achievement rate. So this quote was taken from The First Days of Teaching by Harry Wong. Objectives. What are they? A description of what the student will be able to do at the end of the lesson. Before beginning each lesson, it will be better for the teacher to mention the objectives of the lesson. It will be interesting for students what they will learn till the end of the lesson. Objectives provide alignment with district and state goals. Use behavioral verbs to describe the expected outcomes. Know knows. Appreciate, enjoy, love, and encourage your students to be active and to participate during the lesson. Warm-up and introduction. So in the warm-up part, you have to grab the attention of your students. You have to attract them. It provides the interest, motivation factor. You should set the tone for the lesson connected to the objective. What activities you can use in the warm-up part? You can use a question, you can use brainstorming, a story, a saying, activity, discussion starter, or you can use some video materials, extracts from films. So be creative. It depends on your creativity. And it is you who knows your students better. Take into consideration the age and the level of your students as well. Pre-assessment. Before assessing, you have to find out what are the characteristics of the learners in the class. What do the students already know and understand? How do my students learn best? What modifications in instruction might I need to make? So you have to do needs analysis beforehand as well. Procedures and presentation. You have to set up a step-by-step plan. So your lesson plan will be a guide for your English lesson. Provide a quick review of previous learning. It provides specific activities to assist students in developing the new knowledge. It also provides modeling of a new skill. A picture is worth 1,000 words. I do, we do, you do. So materials. Plan, prepare, have on hand. If you prepare your materials beforehand, you will not be lost during your lesson, and everything will be at your hand. So what kind of materials you can use? You can use pictures, worksheets, realia, textbooks, clothes, food. It depends on the theme of your lesson. Practice. Applying what is learned. It provides multiple learning activities, guided practice. You should use a variety of questioning strategies to determine the level of understanding, journaling, conferencing, independent practice. Learning activities. What kind of activities can be used during the lesson? Graphic organizers, creative play, peer presenting, performances, role-playing, debates, game making, projects, cooperative groups, inquiry learning, direct instruction, differentiation, and so on. Closure. What you can do in the closure part. This is the time for wrapping up. You may leave students with an imprint of what the lesson covered. Students summarize themselves the major concepts, and teacher recaps the main points and sets the stage for the next phase of learning. Evaluation. Better to have a rubric for evaluation. Or you can use some tests, projects, problem-solving activities, role-playing, portfolios, journals, and some other types of assessment. Reflection. This is very essential for the teacher because if you know what went well in the lesson, what went wrong in the lesson, then you will have a chance not to repeat this drawback anymore. What problems did you experience? Are there things you could have done better or differently? How you can build on this lesson to make future lessons successful? That's why reflection is essential, yes. So Jean Toomer once said, a teacher is one who brings us tools and enables us to use them. So you can also use Bloom's taxonomy while designing your each lesson. So Bloom's taxonomy consists of the following parts: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. This is also very useful while designing your lesson. That's why I would advise you to use it. So great teaching starts with great planning. So if you give clear instructions, explanations, timelines, if you use interactive methods, if you engage your students in the activities, and if they have fun, if you allow your students to feel a sense of shared exploration and discovery, if you give your students choices, so it means you have a great teaching and great planning. Also, you have to break assignments into small chunks so that your students wouldn't be overloaded with assignments and home tasks. Hands-on manipulative. If you ask open-ended questions, if you make your lessons relevant, if you allow students to develop own questions to research, integrate diverse teaching strategies, if you talk at appropriate level, then it means you have an effective teaching. So foundational habits. Be explicit, model, and reinforce. Set student goals. They are all about high expectations, keys to great goal setting. Regular routine, mini goals, focus on small, immediate, action-oriented, very specific actions, what, when, how, and level appropriate. So I want to finish today's lesson with 5 important things you can do for your students. Firstly, care for your students. Set high expectations. Create orderly, structured classroom. Earn respect. Stay calm. Exercise self-control. Treat each student with courtesy and respect. So in this case, your students will be motivated and learn better. This is all for today. Goodbye.